May I sit, ma'am? Yes, please.
মানে সৌরভ তুমি ইউ আর ফ্রম সরস্বতী শিশু মন্দির
Yes, sir.
সরস্বতী শিশু মন্দিର କୋଉ ସରସ୍ୱତୀ ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ଆମର ଗଡ଼େଇ ସରସ୍ୱତୀ ସରସ୍ୱତୀ ବିଦ୍ୟା
Yes, sir, yes,
ଆଉ
sir.
ଆଉ କୋଉ ରିଫର୍ମ କରିଥିଲେ ଜଣେ ତାଙ୍କ ନାଁ ସରସ୍ୱତୀ ଅଛି
ସରସ୍ୱତୀ
ତାଙ୍କ ନାଁ କ'ଣ
ଯିଏକି ଆମର ବିଦ୍ୟାଦାତ୍ରୀ ସରସ୍ୱତୀ ତାଙ୍କ ନାଁ
ନଟ୍ ଦୟାନନ୍ଦ
ନା
ସରସ୍ୱତୀ
ନା ଦୟାନନ୍ଦ ସରସ୍ୱତୀ ବିଦ୍ୟାଦାତ୍ରୀ
ଦୟାନନ୍ଦ
ସରସ୍ୱତୀ
ସରସ୍ୱତୀ କୋଉ ସ୍କୁଲ ଗୁଡ଼ା ହେଇଛି
DAV ସ୍କୁଲ sir.
ସରସ୍ୱତୀ ସ୍କୁଲରେ ଭଲ ବହୁତ
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ଡିସିପ୍ଲିନ ତାର
ଏଥିକ୍ସ ପାଇଁ ଆମେ ପିଲାବେଳୁ ଯୋଉଟାକି ଆମର ସଂସ୍କୃତି ବିଷୟରେ ପଢ଼ା ହେଇଛି ଶିଶୁ ମନ୍ଦିର
ଆଚ୍ଛା you when you are giving your this thing you had some teaching experience you are a teacher
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
so you didn't like the teaching course
I do like, sir.
like it but
Yes,
why you want to change over
Sir, as far as civil service is concerned, the ambit of civil service is, I guess, much bigger than the other services, with no disrespect to any other thing, sir. If I talk about education or if I talk about health sector for doctors or engineers, they are doing their job pretty well. Or for an educator, he will stick to his education thing. A doctor, he will stick to health sector, sir. For an engineer, he will stick to construction and stuff.
But
But in
here
case of civil service, we will have the luxury to apply hand on and help people from different sector being a coordinator, sir. For that reason,
but being when a teaching cannot be called a professional job
teaching can be called a professional job if I join lectureship or teaching for permanent.
a teacher I mean it was not a permanent one kind
No, no, no. Previously in Delhi Public School, I was doing in a permanent manner. But right now, I am doing it as freelancing, sir.
I mean so that means why do you say that there is not much of incentive for the people to be a teacher even when primary school teacher what is the basic reason you avoid say the ethics so the honesty integrity all the
Yes.
things why the teaching is looked down upon
Why teaching is looked down upon? Today, people, they are considering teachers or the job of teaching profession is something which people do when they do not do, I mean, they do not succeed in anything. That is not so, sir. I mean, if you talk about lecturer or lecturership, it is still regarded as one of the finest job in India, I guess.
see job means what finance suppose they in that particular field they are dissatisfied because the basic lacuna of our system is we don't have a passion for something we are not passionate like unless or until you are a top class professional like a sports person or a musician or artist I don't think or a top class scientist in mostly in quite a overwhelming segment of our the critical mass of population actually they don't have a passion then they don't set a goal they have not a fixed goal they keep the goalposts changing from time to time and that is the our system has failed to inculcate in them a sense of passion that to pursue their own dream it never happens do you think that poverty is one of the reasons poverty or coming from our social milieu or background very low economic self-esteem have contributed to not to have some kind of passionate feeling or something because the risk is involved
Yes, sir, that's true. That's true. I mean, I do agree that India, I mean, poverty is a reason why people they do not opt for their own passion. That is absolutely true, sir. I do agree. I mean, if I opt for my passion, I will think that whether I will get that much of amount which I can get if I don't follow my passion and go for other stuff what people they are following. So I do agree that when you say that poverty is one of the reason, definitely, sir, we want security behind everything. That's why we want to secure ourselves first. We play safe. We play safe. I do agree that. But there will be a time with changing nature. People are still going for sports. Even I have seen people, they are sending their own children right now for sports.
and that is changing
The mindset is changing.
change is slow
Yes.
but it's surely
It will
happening
slowly and gradually it will happen. But the thing is, the mindset is changing. That is something which we can welcome now. But for now, I do agree with you, sir, that because of that.
do you believe that there should be a uniform civil code
Uniform civil, absolutely, sir. I do agree with that. Because
kindly just cite two reasons in support of your argument that there should be uniform civil code.
yes, sir. One reason is we talk about equality in our constitution. When we say or when we talk about equality, we do believe that we should treat everyone equally. And if you talk about one controversial issue in the recent past, it was about the burqa issue or burqa issue, what we say, or triple talaq issue, sir, where we believe or we think that the Muslim women, they are not at par with their counterparts in the other communities. And even I was reading an article where it was clearly mentioned that of course the Muslim women, they also agree that they need a uniform civil code because they want their equal rights in the field. So I do agree that uniform civil code can definitely help the women.
But it is that it is an imposition on them rather than they so much changing for this.
Yes.
Can we impose something which is related to personal life, marriage, adoption, divorce?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I no. I mean, I do agree to that we can't impose anything on anyone. But still, I believe that if the Muslim women, as I said, sir, recently one article it posted that the Muslim women, they also eager to accept these things, the uniform thing or uniform marriage codes. I mean, somebody pronouncing 3 times talaq and the talaq is done.
You see that given the context against the background of genocide that took place consequent upon the India attaining independence. So they kept the embers burning, like two very controversial issues. Constitutional Assembly didn't touch.
Yes.
Just made a reference in the directive principle state policy. What are they? They didn't think about a national language because there will be language. Then they didn't touch upon universal code because different communities, religion or otherwise, have their own system of code that define their personal laws. Actually, their personal laws. So they didn't want to aggravate the ulcer. So do you think that the ulcer that created the partition has all been healed? Now we are back to this thing.
It's been 75 years of our independence, sir. Firstly, we are functioning very well with our constitution. If we look down upon other constitutions around the world, they have changed many times. We are still sticking to the old one, and it is doing rightly so.
Now we
are amending
so many amendments.
It's a breathing constitution, sir. We do amend it. We amend it for its own purpose or own good. Talking about religious issues, sir, we do believe that our version of secularism is very different than the other version of secularism of Western ideology. If we talk about our version of secularism, sir, we believe that we should try and interfere in those cases if one particular community is not getting the right benefit. So our secularism do not completely diverge from the religion. We do believe that we will provide equality to every community. That's why we can also interfere at times, sir. So I believe that when we think about the prosperity of the women or we think about the betterment of the people, if there is a uniform civil code, we can serve everyone uniformly, as the name
Do you
says.
think that when what you say stand negated in the context of our reservation policy? Because we have a system, we have a both class
And caste.
along the class and caste, which makes our society hierarchical.
Yes.
So the equality you talk about, equality as it's constitutionally mandated, do you think it is respected?
Sir, equality here is a bit different because they are negated from a long time. So we are talking about.
See, we should go to the debate.
Yes.
Just your point two line because I want to know your viewpoint because you will be dealing the moment you are civil service, you will come across a situation where you have very ethical issues. You will face ethical dilemma.
Yes.
Your own conviction put on you will put you in kind of a TG when you don't know how to respond. So that's why I want to elicit your farm view, your own point of view on this aspect particularly.
Sir, a simple thing what I believe in is we need to provide equal playing field. Equal playing field means if somebody is so
And I
much
got
superior
first
to-
equal playment understood, but then
Yes, sir. Yes. So in that particular case, we can defend the quota issue, the quota system you are saying about that how it can justify equality. Then I would say, sir, because they are negated so much that they are not able to, stand tall with the other communities or other castes for that matter. A SC person cannot stand tall with a Brahmin because they are negated heavily historically.
okay, sir, come down to paper. What is Article 368?
Article
368.
368. Sorry, sir, 368.
It's very controversial. This is one of the bulwark by against the bulwark of the machinations of the so-called legislative
I
body.
defeat, sir. I'm sorry, but
Okay.
60.
68. Amendment, constitutional amendment.
Oh, to amend.
Amendability of the
Amend
constitution.
constitution.
To what extent it can be amended?
Yes.
Acha,
360.
you when actually, do you know in the Constituent Assembly, what is the total number, total number of representatives there at Constituent Assembly?
The undivided India,
Of course, Constituent Assembly when divided,
it was it was some 398 or something.
390, 381, 292 plus 91. So do that. There's a representation from all people, all sides, all people from religious background,
Any.
because in proportion to their size, what were these things?
1 million.
Acha, who started this census program? The census started in which regime first? Census.
When it census,
Uh,
it was Lord Mayo. Was it
Lord Ripon,
Lord Ripon in 80s? Then.
1881.
81.
For what else Lord Ripon is famous?
No, another is. That's,
Lord Ripon, he was a good governor. Actually.
no. It's significant contribution.
Significant for our this
Local
press,
self-government.
local self-government, press.
Local self-government. Acha, now we have
Sir, but sorry, but
Places.
in 70s, I guess the census started, sir. If
no,
I'm not wrong.
1881. 1881. Acha, now the now local self-government concept is incorporated in the constitution by way of which amendments?
This is in 19
Which amendment number kete?
amendment 73rd,
73rd then?
72, 73rd,
No, 73rd, 74.
73rd, 74th. Yes.
Acha, how do we separate from an urban area from a rural area? By as per the definition given that
Constitution.
what is that thing?
There are certain developmental things, sir. I mean, population based can be one thing.
No, population is not one thing. Population is one thing, depending among the urban bodies. But urban from rural, there is one parameter.
Urban from rural.
Or rural from urban, whatever you say. There is one parameter that distinguishes the two.
And economic activities.
In rural area, the main throw economy is agriculture. People depend on agriculture, livelihood. But here agriculture is not there.
Agriculture is
Not there. So that is.
Industry.
How many tiers of urban local bodies you have?
We have 3, sir.
Can't tell.
One can be your municipal corporation is there.
Yes,
Then municipality is there.
correct.
And the last one is our the lower one. What is
Notified area council in this.
NOC.
How did the what separates
population.
What is the population you require for it becoming a corporation?
It is some 1 million in one case.
1 million. 1 million में क्या अगर ऐसे बहुत लोग कटी हुई 3 lakhs. 3 lakhs. Yes. अच्छा, how many corporation we do have in our state? Hey? Try.
It will be a bluff, sir. So
Huh?
it will be a bluff if I say so.
Develop. 95.
Five.
ठीक है, कटक, भुवनेश्वर, गंजाम, राउरकेला, संबलपुर.
Mhm.
5. Hello? So that is the 5 actually. And PESA, have you heard of PESA?
PESA Act, yes, sir.
PESA, what is PESA?
They are for 10 states. We have
What is
under
PESA? Full form of PESA? What is full form of PESA?
PESA full form. It was it came in 1992 as far as I know.
96.
1996, yes, 1996, sir. It is for the tribal development mainly.
Tribal level.
10
Panchayat
states are
scheduled
considered
areas.
scheduled
What is
areas.
scheduled area?
For the scheduled caste people, they are
No, not scheduled caste. Not scheduled caste.
scheduled tribe people.
Ah,
Their population is
who actually name 4 to 5 districts which in our state are the scheduled
the
area.
north districts like Mayurbhanj is there, sir.
Ah.
Then Malkangiri and the southern Koraput and
The Koraput
Sundargarh district. Sundargarh district is one.
Yes. The Koraput district originally was divided into how many districts? Who are
Of
they?
originally in 2000, I guess it
No,
divided.
no. When I didn't ask.
Yes, yes.
How many districts it fragmented into?
Maybe 3, I guess, if I'm wrong.
No, 3 other fragments. One Koraput is one component. So 4 actually. The KBK, how many districts are there? KBK. Have you heard of KBK?
Yes. There are 13 extended. Extendedly 13.
13 never given. Go na. KBK 13.
KBK, Koraput, Bolangir, then Kondhamal, sorry, Koraput, Kolahandi, that is the last one.
Then
And if we extend that, sir, then that will go up to Bolangir, then Sonpur is there.
yes,
Sonpur is there. Then if we talk about Kalahandi, then Nuapada is
correct.
there. And if we talk about
Koraput.
Koraput, then the extended part. The Koraput is there. Then Raigada is there, I guess. Then Malkangiri is there. The other one is
You told na, Nabarangpur is there.
Nabarangpur.
Koraput.
Nabarangpur.
Four,
and-
8. Total होती है 8. अच्छा, Poroja.
Porija.
Poroja is a tribal group. There is a book on Poroja. And Poroja, where do they are mostly they habitate? Which area? Poroja.
I don't know. Porija, it's a
Poroja.
tribe.
A tribe. Is a PBTG group.
PBTG,
PBTG group. What is PBTG?
particularly vulnerable tribe.
Tribal group. Yes. That is Poroja is written by Gopinath Mahanti. You know, have you heard of Gopinath Mahanti?
No, sir.
Eh? No. Achha, have you heard of any Odia who have been awarded Gyanpith?
Manoj Das. I have
Manoj Das is
Manoj
not
Das को ज्ञानपीठ मिलिनी होती. Manoj, I have heard about Manoj Das. तांकर good data poetry.
ଆଉ ଏଇଟା ଜାଣିନା ଆଚ୍ଛା ମାନେ ମାନେ ଆମ ମାନେ ସରସ୍ୱତୀ ଆମର ଭାଗବତ କିଏ ଲେଖିଛି ଜାଣିଛ?
ଓଡ଼ିଆ?
ହଁ କୋଉ ସାଇନ୍ ଓଡ଼ିଆ
ତୁଳସୀ.
no I guess Saraswati school
Saraswati school.
you must be knowing that because Bhagavad Gita this thing
ଓଡ଼ିଆ ମହାଭାରତ ରାମାୟଣ ତୁଳସୀ ଦାସ ଲେଖିଛନ୍ତି.
ଓଡ଼ିଆ ମହାଭାରତ ତୁଳସୀଦାସ ଲେଖିନାହାନ୍ତି ତୁଳସୀଦାସ ତ ଦୋହା ତୁଳସୀଦାସ is not
ଓ ସରି ତୁଳସୀ ଦାସ କହୁଛି ଆମର ସାରଳା ଦାସ, ସରି ସାରଳା ଦାସକୁ ତୁଳସୀ ଦାସ.
ସାରଳା ଦାସ କଣ ରାମାୟଣ ଲେଖିଛନ୍ତି?
ନା ନା ରାମାୟଣ ଟ୍ରାନ୍ସଲେଟ୍ କରିଛନ୍ତି ବୋଧେ.
ନା 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 ନା
ଡି-
ଓ ମାନେ ମାନେ ଏମିତି ପୁରା ଆଣ୍ଟି କ୍ଲାଇମାକ୍ସ ହେଇଗଲା ମାନେ ସରସ୍ୱତୀ ସ୍କୁଲ ପ୍ରଡକ୍ଟ they should know please refurbish your thing actually this is some
ଓଡ଼ିଆ ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍
because you are English literature na
ଆଜ୍ଞା
acha you are English literature na
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା.
jo have you read one book Pride and Prejudice
Yes.
kiye lechinti have you read it
There are three sisters.
Five.
One of the sisters, they have five sisters.
Five,
One of the
yeah.
sisters, I can remember the characters Darcy and Elizabeth.
kiye was
It was written by Anne something. Sorry.
Jane Austen.
Jane Austen. Jane Austen.
acha have you
Pride
read
and
To Kill a Mockingbird?
No, sir.
Not read. Acha, so far the novel you have read, which has impressed you most, you have been come under his spell, you have been influenced. It has.
I would talk about Monica Ali's Brick Lane is one of the finest novels, Bangladeshi writer, sir. I was moved by another one, Ernest Hemingway's The Old Man and the Sea. That was-
What is the essence? But one line that is a sentence of lifetime that will
A man can be destroyed but cannot be defeated.
cannot be defeated. That is the indefatigable spirit of the man.
After 85 odd days, he came back with a
Oh, man with
skeleton
zero,
of a
only
piece.
skeleton of the piece. Do you know that man? What did he do? How did he put an end to his life? The man who spoke of indefatigable nature.
He
man,
suicided, he committed suicide, he
suicide.
remarried twice.
committed
It was a
suicide. That
controversial life.
means-
His life
so you see, telling something and in real life there is an odyssey of hypocrisy and same thing. Okay, then last question that this thing I want to put. Kind of cite 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever number of coastal districts and who are they?
Coastal?
Coastal districts of the state.
Coastal district of Odisha. There is Baleswar, there is Bhadrak, and there is Puri, obviously.
No, Puri is state. You come in the,
Oh,
coming in the
Jagatsinghpur is also there.
No, but you but neighboring district you forgot. जो भद्रक रो neighboring district
Bhadrak,
केंद्रापड़ा.
Kendrapur.
Then
Jagatsinghpur.
then
Then
Puri.
Puri is
Then
last Berhampur, Ganjam.
Ganjam. You are from which district?
Sonpur, both district, but I have studied in Sonpur.
Okay, sir, madam. Please.
Yes, ma'am.
So can you tell me what is the role and status of a person? How the role and status of a person is judged in society?
Role and status of a person. Ma'am, the role and the status of the person, we can talk about in two different angles. One can be on the social factor, another one can be the personal factor. we can define it as being and social being. The being is our own self, what we are in our private life. The social being is what is put upon us by the society, by our profession, by our job or our duty. In that way, we can define.
Then how does social living help in administration?
As I was answering, sir, that the ambit of administration is very large. Similarly, if we talk about sociology also, we talk about the economic factor, we talk about the social factor, we talk about every other factor of the society, marriage or family or everything. So similarly, we can learn how to adjust all angles or all small little things in the social life and try to help the last man standing on the row and help them throughout the process.
So can you say me what is education policy?
Education policy, the new education policy, that is the last time it was amended in 1986. Some points of this. It talks about giving different, it was segmented into 3 different parts, and then it also talked about, it removed MPhil in between. Then it also talked about giving, we call that, sorry,
Interdisciplinary approach.
no, we talk about
Vocational
giving
vocational
vocational
life.
education, because that will give practical experience or application based knowledge to students up to 6th.
Then
That's
also
the-
interdisciplinary. You can, so because now you are in a pigeonhole. You cannot suppose you are a graduate. I mean, you are a
That's a good
humanity,
initiative.
you cannot be a doctor
That's
because but some people by virtue of this thing they can come.
and that can open, yes,
Multiple entry and multiple exits.
through this, sir, we can, yes, ma'am.
Interdisciplinary.
Interesting.
So you have English literature.
Yes.
Tell me few names of persons who recently awarded Nobel Prize in Literature.
Nobel Prize in literature. Sorry, sir, I can't.
V.S. Naipaul, have you heard?
V.S. Naipaul, yes, I have. Some a beautiful novel by him.
In
Something,
which areas Nobel Prize is given?
five or six areas. Physics.
No, it's
No,
not.
not yes.
Oh.
Please tell them.
Physics is there, sir. Chemistry is there. Then we have got literature.
Yes.
Then we have got physics, chemistry, literature. Then we give it for peace also.
Peace,
Nobel Prize
yes.
for peace.
Then 2 more. Economics and medicine.
Economics and medicine.
2 Indian Nobel laureates in economics because they have retained their Indian citizenship.
One from economy, very famous name.
Amartya Sen.
Amartya Sen.
Then another one very recently, 2 to 3 years back, has JNU product.
Abhijit Banerjee. Okay, thank you. Your interview is over. Sir, any feedback?
I think